You did the thing, you said no, you set the boundary, and then you are flooded with anger, fear. You're not really sure. There's just a lot of emotions, a lot of discomfort, a lot of worry about what's going to happen. I want to really break down how to manage that discomfort that comes with setting boundaries. We often talk about boundaries as if it is just a simple communication. I say the thing, you receive it, and that's it. But that is not it. And actually, I think emotions are a huge part of boundary setting and being able to navigate the discomfort that arises, your emotions that arise, other people's emotions that come up when you set a boundary with them. Otherwise, if we don't talk about the emotional component, then the communication doesn't really matter that much because you're not going to be able to hold or stick to the boundaries that you're setting. So, I want to give you some real tangible practices to work with in order to sit with discomfort. But first, I want to just go into a little bit about, especially as a highly sensitive person, what often happens after you say the thing, you communicate the boundary in whatever way that might be, and then there is this intense discomfort and overwhelm that happens after you said it. You send the text, and then anxiety floods in, guilt floods in. And sometimes what can be really challenging about this as a highly sensitive person, it's often not clear what is your emotion and what is someone else's reaction, what their emotions might be. And so I think this is what makes it particularly hard for highly sensitive people to set boundaries, because you're not just navigating your own emotions that come up, you're also navigating someone else's emotions. And usually, if you are highly sensitive, if you are tuned to other people, often what you do when someone else is uncomfortable is you make them comfortable. Sometimes unconsciously, sometimes consciously, but the practice in setting boundaries, a big piece of it is not jumping in and making other people comfortable. It is sticking by what you need, sticking by your own needs, your own capacity, and letting that make someone else uncomfortable. And I imagine for some of you that made your stomach drop. And this is what we want to work with in this video. So, all of that makes a lot of sense. It's really normal. And I want to just share some practices, because I think the more we try to think our way out of this, the deeper we can get into the anxiety, the fear, our mind can start going. And oftentimes I think we try to kind of talk ourselves out of these emotions, and usually that doesn't work. Maybe it helps a little, but there's still the underlying emotions there. So I'm going to teach you a practice to help really go through these different steps to help ground yourself and be able to manage the discomfort that comes up when setting boundaries. Okay, we're going to start this practice. I am standing, you can do it seated. It's really up to you, whatever feels best. And we're going to start, you can have your eyes closed or you could have them just as a soft focus, eyes open. And we're going to start by just taking a couple deep breaths. See if you can fill your belly with breath as you breathe in and exhale, pulling your belly back towards your spine. And just working with your breath in this way, slowing the breath down, deepening the breath. And then feel what's ever connected, your feet on the ground, your body on a chair or the couch. Just feel those points of contact with your body and whatever is supporting you. And we're starting here just to ground in the present moment. Feeling your body in contact with whatever it's supported by allows you to be here in this moment. And then we're going to add some movement to the breath. So you're welcome to open your eyes to see this part, or you can just open them, close them back up once you've got the movement. We're going to start by bringing our hands together in front of our heart in a prayer position. And this next part of the practice is really about sending back other people's emotions, energy, things that are not yours. So we're going to inhale in the center and then exhale, pushing your hands out to the side. And imagine you're just sending people's emotions, energy back to them. And then inhale, coming back to center where you started, calling back in your own energy. So exhale, pushing out and releasing. And inhale, calling back your own energy. And move with your breath. We'll do this a couple more times. You could even imagine a particular emotion, a thought, a sensation, and just sending that back to the person. Not with malice, sending it back with love and calling back your own energy. We'll do that 2 more times. And then just coming back to center, we're going to leave our hands at our heart, just taking a moment to notice what you're feeling in the body. Noticing any places of discomfort. And then rubbing your hands together, building heat with your hands. But you're also infusing this care, this warmth, this love into your hands. And then when you feel like you've really built enough heat, I want you to just place your hands on the place where there's discomfort. And breathing into the hands, really feeling the warmth from your hands into your body. And not just the physical warmth, but the emotional warmth, the care, giving that to yourself. And just breathing into the warmth, feeling that sense of care you're giving yourself here. And then as you're ready, you can relax your hands down. And just taking a moment to notice how you're feeling now. It could be how you're feeling in your body, the quality of your breath, the state of your mind. And if your eyes are closed, feel free to open them. And so this is just a short practice that helps to, 1, ground, 2, release, and then 3, soothe. So we're trying to really go through this process to help be able to sit with the discomfort, release what's not yours, and then really hold yourself in that moment of discomfort. So you can hold the boundary, you can stick to it without feeling like you have to jump in and fix how someone else is feeling or make them comfortable. I hope you feel you have at least one tool that you can use for those moments when the discomfort of setting boundaries kicks in. This is part of a series I have, Embodying Boundaries for Highly Sensitive People. This is the 4th video. So the first one we go about really learning to listen to the body as a way to really understand where your boundaries are. The second video, we talk about anger and the importance of connecting to anger to help with setting boundaries. And then the third video is about that communication piece. What are the ways to actually communicate it? this is around how we manage the discomfort. And then the final video is going to be around how to kind of fortify your boundaries and stick to them. So I hope you'll come back for that video. And thank you for coming to my channel, the place you can slow down and tune in. If this resonated, I also have some free resources that you can check out in the description box.